All right. Let's see. All right. So this is a off the top, raw, uncut, however you want to put it. This is a conversation that I want to have. So this is my opinion on everything that's been going on around right now. Some people may call this a rant. Some people may call this just venting, whatever. I'm just gonna give you guys my opinion on everything that's been happening recently, right? With all the change and stuff in Path of Exile, I want to give my opinion on the topic of change in Path of Exile and the future of Path of Exile. So, a lot of people have a lot of like negativity right now. There's a handful of people out there who have negativity to the change that's coming to Path of Exile, and they don't like it. It's just one of those things where you have to sit back and think about it and talk about certain things, and like communicate and understand. Listening and understanding is like one of the biggest things you can do in a game like this. With the way this game is developed and how it moves and how the game progresses, change is good, right? So here, let me phrase this. Healthy change in anything in life is a good thing, regardless of if it's painful or not, right? So if I could break it down and for some people a little bit further, you got you ever been in a relationship or anything like that where it's unhealthy with anything, whether it be a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a job, a family member, whatever it may be, right? You've got stuff in your life that's very, very, very like unhealthy, right? Very toxic. And sometimes change is painful, right? You've had to cut somebody off. You've had to break up with somebody. You've had to step away and remove that person from your life temporarily or forever, whatever it may be, right? Healthy change is a good thing, right? No matter how painful it is. So, like in a sense of that, for people who experienced that in life, Path of Exile is going through a painful change, but it's a healthy change, right? If you put yourself in a picture, right? Put yourself in a picture, and you draw a line at the very bottom of the frame. We're at ground zero when the game launched 8 years ago, right? And for those of you guys who watched the graph that they showed us in the video, it shows from like each league and progressing upward like a roller coaster ramp before we get to the top. Each league has given us a power creep, right? And the power creep would be never ending if they never cut this power creep out, right? If they never chopped it in half to let us start over. Imagine where we'd be another 3 or 4 years if they just never decided to nerf anything or change anything or slow down Path. It's not a good thing, right? To be honest with you, the game would be fun, yes, but would the game last? No. So it's kind of hard to get out there. But just for the people out there who are upset about it and change, I understand that people don't like change to something they enjoy. I understand people don't like change to their baby. I get it. But you got to trust the process. Like I said, we would not be here 8 years down the road if these guys didn't know what they're doing. For you to sit there and tell them, for a lot of people out there to sit there and tell them that they're destroying their own game and they're ruining it, and it's like I heard a couple people talk about it in videos. You're ruining your player numbers and this and that. Like it's really not about that. I don't think. If it was about that, they would continue on the same track they were going, and it would just be about grabbing that money and getting out with the bag, right? That's not how it goes. I think we are in good hands because of where we're at right now. Just think about that for a minute. Just sit back, think about where we are 8 years from when this game first hit public, so we were able to play it, right? And I get not everybody in this conversation, everybody out here ranting, not everybody has experienced that 8 years. Some people maybe only been in this game for 2 years, so they have minimal idea of where this game was, almost double digits years ago, right? A lot of people don't have that knowledge. A lot of people don't have that experience. So for people who do, and the people who might be able to express this also out to the community, understand that we're in good hands, because if we weren't, this game would have been dead 4, 5, 6 years ago, right? It wouldn't have thrived. So I trust him. I don't think GGG would do us wrong. I honestly enjoy the process. I'm on the same boat a lot of people. It is painful for some aspects of the game, but also it's a positive move for the future Path, because they can't implement Path of Exile 2 in a proper manner on the scale we are moving at right now. So for them to be able to develop a game and implement something new for us in the future, a renovation for the future, an update for the future, they have to have a base grounding, and the base grounding was the original Path of Exile. So they're going with it, and it makes sense. So pretty much this is a reset for us. They've riled us up, they got us to the top of the roller coaster, and they're about to drop us, right? And then guess what? What happens when you drop on a roller coaster? Think about it for a minute. What happens when you drop on a roller coaster? It goes really fast, and at one point, right? At one point, you get reset, and you have to go up another hill. You have to go up another hill. And when you hit that other hill, guess what happens? You drop again, right? So like what they're doing is they're prepping us. We've had our roller coaster drop, right? We're at our all-time high. We've been flying 1,000 miles an hour through this game. It's almost brainless at times. And that's one thing they don't want to let go of. They want that challenge. They want that original grounding and rooting of what Path of Exile was 8 years ago. So we dropped off that roll. We're about to get picked back up, and we're about to go at a 90-degree angle up to the top. And when Path of Exile 2 drops, guess what? We'll start on that power grip again, and we'll go flying. It's a lot to take in for people who haven't experienced it, like I said. But for the people who do and understand it, I hope that maybe this could be another ear and outlet from a smaller streamer who doesn't really have a lot of people come through. I have a small community of people that come through and talk about it, and it just hit me because I had somebody that I'd never met before last night come through and talk to me about how I felt about the changes, and I just thought I'd give my piece on it, so it's just one of those things where you have to accept it. Like, it's just one of those things. You have to accept change, whether it's painless, painful, or whatever, you name it, mediocre. You have to accept it. And if you really care about this game, you'll be okay with it, because this game eventually will get back to where it is now, and then in the future we'll get cut off again. Just depends on how long we keep this game going. But this is Slim. I just want to give my opinion on it. Not gonna fill your ears up too long, but I feel kind of under the weather. I feel kind of sick. Sorry about the sniffing and snorting and stuff, but I do appreciate you guys for listening. Hope you guys can gather something out of this. Hope you guys can agree. Drop some comments in the bottom below. Let me know what you think. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Appreciate you.